Welcome students. I am happy to meet you again in this class. In this class, I am going to explain to you the topic on social institutions. Understanding of social institutions is very important in sociological studies. Therefore, I am going to explain to you what we mean by social institutions. I will give you some definitions of social institutions. Then I will explain the characteristic features and functions of social institutions, and in the second part I will explain how and why we consider family as a social institutions. Society consists of various subsystems with different functions. All these subsystems function in an orderly manner because how they should act is regulated by the society itself. The whole social unit functions uninterrupted. These are the social institutions that regulate human behavior as to what should be done and what not to be done. The concept of institution is most important in understanding the society. Durkheim used the term to define sociology as the science of social institutions. Various interpretations has been given for institutions. I will present to you some definitions on social institutions. An institution is a formal, recognized, established and stabilized way of pursuing some activity in society. According to Ginsberg, institutions may be described as recognized and established usages governing the relations between individuals and groups. Kingsley Davis defines institution as a set of interwoven folkways, mores and laws built around one or more functions. C. A. Elwood says that institutions are the habitual ways of living together which have been sanctioned, systematized and established by the authority of communities. McIver and Page state that institutions are the established forms or conditions of procedure of group activity. What are the characteristic features of institutions? Number 1, institutions are found to be social in nature due to the collective activities of the people, and it exists in the form of oral and written traditions. 2, the basic institutions like family, religion, economy and political institutions exist in all societies, therefore, it is universal and interrelated in nature. 3, institutions have certain standardized procedures and norms to prescribe the ways of doing things, and it is found to be a means to satisfy human needs in an orderly manner. 4, institutions have their own symbols, for example, marriage ring or Mangal Sutra, star, moon or swastika. 5, institutions normally do not undergo sudden or rapid changes. Changes take place only when the circumstances demand it. Hence, institutions are relatively permanent. 6. Institutions are control mechanisms that preserve social order. Next, I will explain the functions of social institutions. There are many important functions of institution. The first one is institutions play significant role in the fulfillment of basic needs of the individuals by prescribing particular ways of behavior. Thereby, it is found to be an agent for controlling the social behavior of man. 2. Institutions assign roles and statuses to the individuals. 3. Institutions regulate the relationship between individuals and are responsible for unity and uniformity in the society. 4. Institutions sometimes cause harmful effects too, since institutions do not undergo changes easily and quickly, they hamper growth. Classifications of institutions. Institutions are classified into two categories. They are primary institutions and secondary institutions. Institutions like religion, family, marriage, economy and some forms of political systems are primary in character. They are basic to human life. These institutions are found even in the primitive societies. The secondary institutions have emerged to satisfy the secondary needs of the people when the society grew and became complex. For example, law, legislation, education, old age homes and other such new institutions. They are introduced to the social life as man's interests are diversified. In sociology, social life is viewed in terms of 5 major areas of societal functioning. They are family, marriage, economy, education, religion and political systems. Each institution is built around a standardized solution to the primary area of human behavior. Now, I will explain how family acts as a social institution. Society needs some form of social arrangement to regulate sexual relations and to provide a place for child rearing and socialization. In this context, family is found to be a universal social institution. The term family has derived from the Roman word families, which means servant. Sociologically speaking, the family is the most important primary group in the society. It consists of 2 or more people who live together. Here, there is a need to distinguish the difference between family and household. A household is made up of 1 or more people who live in the same dwelling unit, but the members of the household need not necessarily be related to each other. Whereas, in family, the members are related by marriage, blood or adoption. A family is always a household, but every household is not necessarily a family. Some definitions of family. According to Burgess and Locke, family is a group of persons united by the ties of marriage, blood or adoption, consisting of a single household, interacting and intercommunicating with each other in their respective social roles of husband and wife, mother and father, son and daughter, brother and sister, creating a common culture. McIver defines family as a group defined by a sex relationship sufficiently precise and enduring to provide for the procreation and upbringing of children. Murdoch defines family as a social group characterized by common residence, economic cooperation and reproduction. It includes both sexes, at least two of whom maintain a socially approved sexual relationship, and one or more children owned or adopted. For Eliot and Merrill, family is the biological social unit composed of husband, wife and children. What is the nature of family? Family influences the entire life of people in numerous ways. It is an informal institution that encompasses all activities of man. Family is the core institution of the society. Firstly, family is universal in nature because it occupies the central position in the social structure. It is found to exist in all parts of the world. No society has ever existed without some form of family organization. Secondly, family is based on our impulses of mating, procreation, maternal devotion, fraternal love and parental care. It is a close knit group built upon emotions, sentiments of love, sympathy, affection, cooperation and friendship. Thirdly, family is the smallest social unit. Fourthly, the family exercises the most formative influence over its members. It shapes the personality and molds the character of the individuals. The fifth one, since family occupies the nucleus position in the social structure, the entire social structure is found to be built on family unit. The sixth one, the members of the family have certain responsibilities, duties and obligations in coordination with other individuals for the smooth functioning of the family. Seventh, the family is peculiarly guarded by social customs and legal regulations. Society has made an arrangement to safeguard and regulate the behavior of the individuals through family. And lastly, the family is permanent in nature. The family as an institution is permanent and universal. What are the functions of family? The family as a social institution performs several functions. Various scholars have categorized the functions of family. Kingsley Davis has categorized the functions of family in 4 divisions. These are reproduction, maintenance, placement and socialization. Ogburn and Nimkoff have mentioned 6 major functions of family as follows: affectional, economic, recreational, protective, religious and educational. McIver classifies the functions of family into 2 categories: essential and non-essential functions. According to him, the essential functions include the stable satisfaction of sex needs, production and rearing of children and provision of home. Under the non-essential functions, He listed out religious, educational, economic, health and recreation. As the most basic institution, family is the place where we learn all the norms for the functioning of the larger society. Most of us spend our life well secured only within a family. Good or bad, sickness or health, physical or psychological, all needs are provided within family. All the life events like birth, marriage and death take place in family. The structure of family might vary from society to society, but the functions it performs are the same. The next part, we are going to study different forms of family. There are different types of families existing in society on the basis of the nature of relationship. People who are married have two families. One is the family of orientation, that is the family in which one grows up, consisting of oneself, one's parents and siblings. The other one is family of procreation, the family that one establishes through marriage, consisting of oneself and one's spouse and their own children. On the basis of size and structure of the family and the relationship of the members with each other, the family is classified as joint family, nuclear family and extended family. First, we will see joint families. A joint family is a group of people who generally live under one roof, who eat food cooked at one hearth, hold common property, common worship and are related to each other as some particular type of kindred. This family consists of more than 2 generations. In traditional societies and in most part of India, this type of families exist. The second type is nuclear family. The nuclear family consists of parents and their biological or adopted unmarried children. Due to modernization and industrialization and also due to migration, the size of the family is very much reduced. Only the couples establish their home in their preferred places. The third type is extended family. The extended family consists of parents, children and some other members who are related by blood or marriage. Other members usually include a parent, one of the siblings and his or her family. Often this type of family is viewed as merger of several nuclear families. On the basis of authority, family is classified into two types. The first one is patriarchal joint family. A patriarchal joint family is the one in which the father or the oldest male member is the head and exercises all the power and authority, and he takes all the decisions in the family. In the case of the Hindu joint family, the elder male member who possesses all power is called Karta of the family. Most of the Indian families, especially in Tamil Nadu, fall under this pattern. Matriarchal joint family is the second type. A matriarchal family is the one in which the mother or the oldest female member is the formal head and possesses dominant power in the family. These families are called the mother right families. The oldest female member is responsible for both the economic and ritual activities of the family. Here the maternal uncle plays an important role and is called the Karanavan. This type of family is found among Nayars of Kerala. Another type is egalitarian family. In Western societies and also in all modern societies, the emerging family pattern is called egalitarian. Here the authority is shared by husband and wife and sometimes by children. The husband's occupation decides the extent of power exercised by the wife. Family may be classified on the basis of residence. These are patrilocal, matrilocal, neolocal and avunculate. The first one is patrilocal families. In this kind of family, the wife goes and lives in the house of her husband after the marriage. All the male children of the father live in or around the house at all ages. The second one is matrilocal family. In matrilocal residence, the husband goes to live in the house of his wife after their marriage. All the children live with the mother. The next one is neolocal residence. This type of family occurs when the married couple lives apart from their parents' family and community. For example, husband, wife or both work away from their parental homes, neolocal families are formed. Avunculate residence. In avunculate residence, the married couple is expected to live with the mother's brother. It is the uncle nephew link that connects the associated nuclear families of adjacent generations to form a single domestic group. Sociologists make another distinction of family type relating to the patriarchal and matriarchal families, which is based on the rules of property inheritance. They are patrilineal and matrilineal families. In the patrilineal family, property inheritance and descent is traced through the male members, that is grandfather to father, from father to son and then from son to grandson. The male members of the descent group comprise the core membership of the patrilineage group. In the matrilineal system, female is the basis of ancestry. The lineage is traced from the mother to the daughter and through the female line. The rights of each member of the family depend on their relation to the female head. Among the Khasis and Garos of northeast India, descent is traced through female line and property is inherited from mother to daughter. Industrialization and modernization have brought many changes in the family type and relationships. In many countries, we could find the prevalence of two career families, single parent families and step families. There are people who reject conventional families and prefer to live in alternative types like staying single without getting married or living together without formal wedding. In modern societies, family as an institution is undergoing drastic changes in the aspects like sex regulation, protective function, economic support and in recreational activities. But in developing countries, although there are changes, family still survives as a basic institution. Well students, in this class on social institutions, I explained to you what we mean by institution. Then I gave you some definitions of institutions, their characteristic features and functions. In the second part, I elaborated family as a form of social institution. but I explained all these types in brief. These types of families will be elaborated in future. Let me put some questions to you. Bring out the features and importance of institutions in society. The second question, what are the features of patrilineal and matrilineal joint families? Third question, explain various types of residence. Students, I explained to you different types of families in this class. All these explanations are very brief only. An elaborate explanation will be given to you in the future classes. Till then, bye.